You are looking at what we call the swing machine intraday. We have a swing machine for daily, weekly, monthly. I have a question for you. This is the ES futures contract. Just as easily, it could be the SPY or the QQQ, or it could be Qualcomm, Apple, Amazon. Doesn't matter. But let's just use the ES futures contract for a moment and let me ask you this question. On Friday, the ES futures closed at 2,817.25. Now, looking at that price, can you tell me where that price is positioned? Can you tell me the direction? And can you tell me the velocity? Now, I'm not asking you to look at any of this. I'm not asking you to explain what is going on here. We haven't described that to you. I'm just asking on this single instant, this single price, can you tell me again the position, the direction, or the velocity? I'm Bagadon at StockMarketCaddy.com, and myself and my wife developed what we called the swing machine to measure the price action in the markets. We did this 10 to 15 years ago, and it is a tool, and a tool that we share with our private members to trade the markets. Where does the concept come from? Let me show you. Okay, now just stay with me for a minute or two. Okay, now I am not going to teach here quantum physics. All right. I will say this. For more than 25 years, I taught surgeons how to do surgery, and I did so without ever having a biology degree. Fortunately, I was given a very good education by the private sector, and my skill, quite honestly, was being able to take very complex matter in a short period of time and make it very discernible or very basic. Not for the benefit of others, but for me, because I had a very simple mind. And in order for me to understand something, I had to break it down into pieces. Let me explain to you. Werner Heisenberg. Werner, here he is right here. Let me read this. Werner Heisenberg formulated the uncertainty principle at Niels Bohr's Institute in Copenhagen. It was actually in 1932, while working on the mathematical foundations of quantum mechanics. Well, it sounds pretty complicated, sounds pretty smart, and I'm not here trying to impress anybody that I'm more than what I am. I'm not a quantum physicist, nor do you need to be a quantum physicist. Quantum mechanics, quantum physics, is really just physics studying the really, really small stuff. Small. Particles, atoms, very small. His uncertainty principle is explained right here. And he states, it is impossible to determine accurately, he says both, but there are actually three criteria. It is impossible to determine accurately the position, the direction, speed of a particle at the same instant. Think about that. It is impossible to determine accurately both the position, direction, speed of a particle at the same time. I do not at all disagree with Mr. Heisenberg. You're not able to do that. In this instant, I asked you, by looking at the price, 2817.75, our particle. Consider it a particle, and that's all it is, a particle of the entire stock market, S&P 500, 500 stocks, trading millions and millions of times a day. And I ask you to look at this particle and to tell me its position, tell me its direction, and tell me its velocity. It's not possible. You can't do it with one particle. But what you can do, and Mr. Heisenberg set out to do that, is if you have a second one, a third, hundreds, thousands, maybe millions, you then can begin to measure the location, the position of that particle. You will begin to know the direction of that particle, and you will begin to know the speed of that particle. Now, can you make the uncertain certain? No. But can you measure the probabilities? Yes. Scientists have been doing it all the time. Do you know when they developed the atom bomb in Los Alamos, there was a probability, a possibility that they didn't know until they did it, that it could have created a chain reaction that blew up the world. Yet they did it. Trading in the markets is about probabilities. Is the market rigged? Is it fixed? Is it manipulated? Is it crooked? Is it uncertain? Yes, it's all of those things. I don't kid myself. It's all of those things and more. That's why more than 15 years ago, my wife and I, my wife Susan, worked for IBM, Lotus, set out to develop an approach that was what? Mechanical. A mechanical approach. A system, a mechanical approach that watched and observed the markets for us and talked to us in English. Because see, we wrote these systems and we wanted to know the location of price. We wanted to know the direction of price. We wanted to know the velocity, sometimes referred to as the amplitude. We call it here the altimeter. Again, just using English terms. And this is what we use. Now, can you turn this on in one day and just automatically trade the market and make money like crazy? No, you have to be taught how to use it. But even then, even for ourselves that have used it for 10 to 15 years, does it mean we can take an uncertain market, an uncertain point in time, and turn it into certainty where we have no drawdown and have no losses? No. Nope. But what we do, the market is all of the things that we said it is, uncertain and fixed and rigged and everything else. But the other important aspect is we try, by developing a mechanical approach, to take ourselves and the members that watch and the members that belong to us, to remove their biases, their observations that are also random. Because when you take the market with all of its stuff, with all of its uncertainties, all of its rigging, all of its manipulations, and then you overlay all of that with your biases and your observations, the difficulty in trading the markets becomes exponential. It'd be like trying to hit a speeding bullet, with a BB. I'm Bagadon at StockMarketCaddy.com. You're more than welcome to join our private club. We will share with you the mechanical signals that we watch day in and day out, the particles, the prices that the market throws out on tons of various markets. And it's a month to month. If it works for you, great. If it doesn't, no problem. It would just be a month. But you will, by following us, we try to challenge you, just in this one video, challenge your thought process as to what the market is and what the market isn't and how you want to approach it. If you have perceptions of the market and you want to keep and harbor those, whatever they are, and you want to trade off of CNBC and you want to trade off a news item that you read in a magazine from 2 weeks ago or from yesterday's newspaper, have at it. If you want a mechanical approach, a disciplined approach, might I say a scientific approach, then you might want to check us out. I'm Bagger Don, StockMarketCaddy.com. My phone number is 813-758-8263. And let me end with this. The stock market is not brain surgery. It is not a cholecystectomy. We're not taking out a gallbladder. Okay? But we developed systems that treated it as surgery. These are tools. This is just one tool. We have others that we use to trade the markets with mechanical, surgical precision. Good luck.